Hello everybody, welcome to my channel today. And today I'll be teaching you how to start rabbit farming business in Nigeria and the things you need to know, the things you need to do before you get started. I have been rearing rabbit for the past 5 years now in Nigeria, and I know the nitty-gritty of rabbit farming and all that it entails and all that you need to do to know. So in this tutorial today, I'll be teaching you now to start rabbit farming, the things you should put in place, things you should do. Before we proceed, this is my farm, and these are the rabbits that we have, and this is the magnitude of a rabbit farm that we have as well. You can see the cages all around. So these are the rabbit house. This particular cage here is a 40-room cage. We have 20 room upward and 20 room downward. So it's a 40-room cage, and there is opening on this side and also on this other side. So 20 rooms up and 20 rooms down. So this is for the wooden cage, and this is the iron cage. So when you want to start rabbit farming in Nigeria, the first thing you must put in place is the rabbit housing. You must put their housing in order, because the way you build their house matters a lot. It matters a lot. For example, let me open this for you so that you see. Look at this is a room. This is a room, and look at how spacious this. Let me put this one also. This is also a room. You can see it is spacious enough for the rabbit to roam around. There's enough space for the rabbit to roam around. There is room for the feeder, which contains the feed, and the drinker, which contains the water. So the first thing to consider is their housing. Personally, I love to use 2 feet by 2 feet as the recommendation for each room for the rabbit. So you must ensure that your house is well built, and it must also what we call cross ventilation. Look at this. Look at this. This is cross ventilation. Look at this place as well. This is cross ventilation, so that the breeze can penetrate through their houses, so that it will not be choking for them. That is what cross ventilation means. So because rabbit does not like heat can kill them. So you have to avoid heat by maintaining cross ventilation. So a good housing is very important. It must be tall enough, then it must be off the ground. Look at this. Look at this. Yes, you can see that the house is not touching the ground. This is the pillar holding the house. The same thing applies to the iron cage as well. It's not touching the ground, because their poo must be dropping off to the ground. It must be dropping off to the ground. It must not be staying in the house, and then making their cage to be higher, taller than the ground level, also enhance the security from predators and infections like that. So that's the first thing. Their house, you must build it well. You can also manage space by making it 2-step. Look at this. This is a 2-step house. This is one downward and then another one upward. The same thing applies here. This is one downward and then another one downward and then another one upward. So with this, you can maximize space. Then you ensure that you put something in between like this. This is a trampoline with which you can separate their poo from their urine, so that the urine and the poo of the one that is on top will not be falling on the one that is beneath. So their house is the first thing. It must be well built so that they can have a good stay. Then the second thing is to consider very good parent stock. This is very important. You must ensure that you go for very good quality parent stock. What do I mean by very good quality parent stock? Those are rabbits with good body size. Look at this, for example. Look at this, for example. This is a giant rabbit. These are rabbits that their offspring will be fast growing. These are rabbits that would gain good weight within a short period of time. These are the kind of parent stock that you need, because it will impact and determine how fast growing the offsprings will be. You should not be using rabbits that are dwarf or that are slow growing as your parent stocks. You should use fast growing ones as your parent stock. So where you source your rabbit matters a lot. Here in our farm, we have very top quality rabbits that are very good for parent stock, and you can get from us if you so desire. I will be leaving a contact below in the description below. So the second thing is the rabbit breed. Now I don't have so many breeds on the farm right now that I would have shown you various breeds, but we have a number of rabbit breeds from New Zealand White to Hyla to American Chinchilla to Dodge to Flemish Giant to English Spotted to Cinnamon to Checkered. You know, we have various rabbit breeds. But when it comes to raising rabbits for for business in Nigeria, the breed I will recommend for you is the Hyla rabbit. And this is because this is the most sought after breed in Nigeria right now. And these are the Hyla rabbits here. You can see it. These are the Hyla rabbits. I've done a video before on Hyla rabbit, and I will drop the link in the description below so that you can know more about the Hyla rabbits. These are the most sought after breeds in Nigeria presently. These are the most sought after breed in Nigeria presently. So I would recommend that you go for the Ayla rabbits. So because they are good for both meat production and for breeding. That is, if you are going into rabbit farming solely for the purpose of breeding, Ayla rabbit is a good option for you. If you are going into rabbit farming for meat production, they are a very good option as well because they grow very fast. They grow very, very fast. So then another thing you must consider, the next thing you must consider is your purpose of starting. Yes, the purpose of starting is very important. What do you want to achieve? Are you going into rabbit farming to raise breeder stock so that farmers, co-farmers, and new beginners will come and buy from you? Those that are interested in raising rabbit as well, and we have millions of them across Nigeria. Or you want to slaughter them and process them for consumption so that people will come and be buying rabbits from you for consumption, either as raw meat or processed meat. So this goal must be well defined so that it will give you a market focus, a market advantage. You know what you are looking for. So if you are going, for instance, if you are going for meat production, now you know that you need to raise a very large number of rabbits on your farm before you start processing them for slaughter. Because by the time you start processing them for slaughter, if you don't have enough rabbit for production on your farm, after a little while you will run out of rabbits in the farm because you would have slaughtered all your animals. But if you have a good number, maybe like 600 to 1,000 rabbits, then you can now, start processing them maybe on a weekly basis or on weekends or daily basis, while the other ones in the farm will continue the production cycle so that you don't run out of rabbits to slaughter. So that purpose must be well defined. Then the next thing is the rabbit feed. The rabbit feed. Now here we feed our rabbit with pellets and grain, and here is the pellet. As you can see, these are the rabbit pellets here. We feed them with both pellets and grain. This is what the pellet looks like. This is what the pellet looks like. This is a compounded rabbit feed. This is a rabbit feed that we compounded based on a formulated a formulation that we use. So you need to know that you cannot feed rabbits with poultry feed because their digestive system is quite different. Rabbit needs more fiber, while poultry does not need fiber. Poultry needs more protein, but rabbit needs more fiber. You understand? So if you feed them with good quality feed, it will help and enhance their growth rate and development. So it is very important that they should be well fed so that they can grow well, they can grow fast. So that is that about feeding. And there are many other leaves that rabbits can eat. However, in this place, which is also the right thing to do, we feed them on pellets on a daily basis, and we give them green as supplements because you cannot raise rabbits, especially these hybrid rabbits, on green alone and expect them to grow well. They will not grow well. They will be slow growing, and their performance, even as lactating mothers and co, will be very poor. So you must ensure that they are well fed on a good pellet feed. One of these days, I'm going to make a video on how to make their pelletized feed. So So they eat various greens like they eat potato leaf, they eat banana leaf, pawpaw leaf, plantain leaf. They eat tridax, tridax, guinea grass, elephant grass. I don't have them right now because the weather is dry and we are not getting those grasses at the moment. But it will soon start raining. Immediately start raining. I'll make a video on the green leaf that you can feed to your rabbit. Most of the vegetable that human eat too, they eat them. So that make it much easier. So then the next thing is the rabbit maturity. Rabbits, okay, before I go there, rabbits are in three stages, three categories. We have the winners, the growers, and the matured. For example, this is a winner. Let me open this cage for you. Look at this rabbit here. This is the size of a winner. This is what a winner look like. Look at the size. This is a 6 weeks old rabbit that has just been weaned from the mother. You know, weaned from the mother means that stopped breastfeeding. So that is winners are rabbit between 6 to 8 weeks. That's winners for you. Then we have growers. I don't have grower right now on my farm. They have been sold. So we have growers. Then after growers, the growers are 3 months old. Then we now have the matured ones. The matured is from 5 months upward. These are the matured ones, for example. This one is 7 months old. This one here is a year old. So those are the stages. So if you are just starting rabbit farming in Nigeria, for example, I am going to recommend you go for either the matured ones or the growers. Of course, they vary in price, but those ones have outgrown their vulnerability. They can survive better than the winners. The winners are too small, and I don't used to advise beginners to start with winners because you might lose some of them because you don't have the experience of handling them yet. But you can start with growers or matured ones. Those ones who are better, and then when they give birth to offspring, you can start learning how to handle a winner from there. So those are the three stages of rabbits stages. So it is when they are 5 months old that they are ready to be crossed. And I'm going to be using this female. This is a female, which is a doe, and I'll be crossing out to the male, which is the buck. In this particular video, I'll be crossing them to show you how it is being done. When you want to cross a female, you must ensure that you take the female to the male, not the male to the female. You take the female to the male's cage. You understand? And if the female is on heat, and most of the time they are easily on heat, so she would allow the male to cross. You understand? She will allow the male to cross. Sometimes, if the female insists and does not allow the male to cross, it might be a sign that she needs to be dewormed before you cross her, and that will require you to inject the rabbit with ivermectin injection. And after 3 or 4 days of injecting the rabbit, you can present her back to the male, provided she's on a good feed and feeding management. So she would allow the male to cross her. She would allow the male to cross her. So that is it about the crossing. Then the health. It's important that I mention something about the health here. Look at the rabbit poo here. Look at this rabbit poo. This is what rabbit poo should look like. You can see the size. This is what rabbit poo should look like. This is a healthy rabbit for you. It should look round and solid like this. Anything watery is a sign that your rabbit is sick. If it is watery, it simply means your rabbit is not feeling fine. So the size of the poo goes a long way to tell us the health of the rabbit. You understand? So even if they are on pellet or grain, their poo should be like this. This is the standard and the normal rabbit poo. This is a urine and poo collector. We use it to collect their waste so that it doesn't fall to those ones that are beneath here. So that is that about that. Okay, so let me take the female and take her to the male for crossing in this video, just to show you how it's to be done. When you want to cross your female rabbit, you pick her like this. You can see these are the carry your rabbit, and then you take her to the male's cage. So if she's on it, she would allow the male to cross her. You can see the male is making an attempt to cross her, but I think I think she's not on heat because she just gave birth to kids about 4 days ago. You can see the male is making an attempt to cross her, but she's not allowing because she just put to bed a few days ago, but 4 days ago now. So, but if she is on heat, she would have allowed. But our rejection right now is a sign that she's not on it. So I just need to give her some time, like 3 weeks from now, to breastfeed her newborn babies before I present her to the buck again. You can see the buck is really active and is willing to cross her, but the doe is not willing to be crossed. So I'll just separate them. I'm just going to separate them right now and take her back to her own space. Yeah. So I think I have another female here. Let me try and see if she would allow the buck to cross her too, or she would not. Just to use that for the purpose of this tutorial. Let's see if she would agree. Let's see. The buck is making attempts to cross her. The buck is trying to cross her. She's not on it at the moment too, so I might need to give her some time, a little more time for her to come on it. It's not very difficult for a female rabbit to actually allow the male to cross them. It's just that maybe today that I'm making this video, they are not on it. But I'm going to try some other time, and I'll make a video for the crossing, and I'll show you how to know if a rabbit has successfully crossed. The buck is actually crossing out the wrong way right now. It's crossing out the wrong way right now. Okay, so it's a good time to separate them because the doe is screaming. Even though she did not allow the buck to cross her, she's still screaming. So I have to I have to come to her rescue right now. Okay, so I hope you've learned a few things in this video today. So finally, before we go for today, I know some people might be asking me, okay, is there a market for rabbits in Nigeria? The honest truth is that there is market for rabbits. There's market for rabbits because everybody loves rabbits. You might need to make a few awareness, maybe in your neighborhood or maybe in the market or something, to let people know that you have rabbits for sale. You might also get that easily done by joining some few rabbits farmers group on Facebook and drop your advert there. There are groups on Facebook with over 60,000 rabbit farmers in Nigeria. There are groups on Facebook with over 120,000 rabbit farmers in Nigeria. So, and these are people that buy and sell rabbit on a daily basis. So you can just join some of those groups to advertise your rabbits. But trust me, there is huge market for rabbit farming in Nigeria. And if only people can get to know that you have rabbits, they are going to patronize you and going to buy from you, and you're going to sell a lot of rabbits, actually, a whole lot of rabbits. So, and the good thing about rabbits is that they actually give birth to a good number, and their gestation period, which is pregnancy period, is just 30 days. In 30 days after successful crossing, your rabbits will deliver in 30 to 33 days after a successful crossing. So that they have a short pregnancy period, and they can give birth to between 5 to 13. I have experienced 13 in my farm before, whereby a mother gave birth to 13 kids. So a rabbit can give birth to between 5 and 13 babies at the same time. So that's how prolific they are when it comes to reproduction. So, and with that, if you have maybe like 10 females and maybe 4 males in your farm, and you cross them at the same time, you can easily achieve about 80 rabbit or more safe if all of them should give birth at the same time. So that's how easy it is to increase and multiply your rabbits within a very short period of time. I hope you have learned something today. drop a comment for me, and if you have any question, you can also drop them, and I will respond to the question. Thank you for staying tuned. If you have learned anything in this video, please ensure you click on the like button and subscribe to our channel for more tutorials on rabbit farming and other cultural business and livestock farming. Thank you for your time. Have a lovely day.